Hello, people. I welcome you to this episode of CAS. I'm yours, Mark Martins, Bible teacher, societal development advocate, a writer, and author. Let me just take this moment to thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart for watching our videos, for subscribing to our channel, for following me on YouTube. It's an incredibly kind thing that you are doing, and God will bless you for that. Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing these videos with others. That being said, let's delve into the subject of our conversation, of our discourse today. I want us to look at the subject of dominionism. Some people call it dominion theology. But I like to call it dominionism. And it has something to do, or it has relationship to societal development. What is this dominionism? It is a Christian theology that claims that man's sole purpose for existence in this earth is to have dominion. And this theology is built upon a faulty interpretation, I repeat, a faulty interpretation of Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 to verse 28. I call it a faulty interpretation because Genesis 1:26 to 28 does not communicate in any way that the sole purpose of man existence on earth is to have dominion. And they said no. And now it's the proponent and the champions of this theology, that's dominion theology, go further to assert that since since humanity has fallen, now those who are in Christ Jesus have the sole purpose of having dominion wherever they exist. So, dominionism preaches that for societies to develop well and to really get better, Christians must occupy and dominate positions of political leadership. So, what they are saying is that if you want a country like Nigeria to really develop well, then Christians must be the only people taking charge of all the political offices in Nigeria, or political positions. This is something close to Christian nationalism. And then it goes ahead to preach that Christians must take control of the arts, the education, business and commerce, technology, politics, all of that Christians have to take charge of all these spheres and areas of life before societies can develop. So if a non-Christian is in charge of technology, if non-Christians are in charge of technology, the society cannot develop well, even if there are Christians in those places. As long as they are not in charge of this sphere, the society cannot develop well. And that sphere would not operate well. That's what dominionism is saying. Again, you see, there is this theology, or there is this message about the seven mountains. It is one of the faces of dominion theology. It's one of the faces of dominion theology. Now, this is pretty nice, right? It's a good thing for Christians to be in control. It's a good thing for Christians to be in power. Imagine a country like Nigeria, where the president is Christian, vice president is Christian, cut across all the 36 states in the country. The governors are Christians, deputy governors are Christians, the minister of FCT is a Christian, all the members of the House of Senate are Christians, and the members of the House of Reps are Christians. All key political offices are occupied by Christians. Also, Nigeria would get well, right? Nigeria would be fantastic. Nigeria would be a great place to live in. Is that so? I doubt much. I doubt much. Do you know why I doubt that? Just check our churches. Who are ruling in our churches? Who are in positions of leadership in our churches? They are Christians. are Christians, yet our churches are full of similar problems in Nigeria that the Nigerian government is facing, the Nigerian society is facing. The kind of corruption that you find in the Nigerian society, you find these things in the Nigerian churches. The kind of money laundering, extortion that you find in the Nigerian society, you find it in our churches. That goes to tell you Dominion theology is faulty. As good as it sounds, as enticing as it sounds, as powerful as it sounds, it is problematic. Let me just highlight a few problems that are associated with Dominionism. The first problem is the assumption that once Christians take over positions of political leadership, societies will get better. Is really erroneous. Yeah, this is erroneous because, and of course, this is an assumption that Dominionism carry. Once Christians occupy positions of political leadership, societies would be great. Societies would be powerful. Sins, crime will end, and all of that. No. I can tell you, just for example, in Nigeria, look at it. So far, this country has produced, right from 1999, when we started democracy, the country has produced 4 presidents, not including the current one. The current one is the 5th one. I don't want to include him. So when you do the counting with the math, these 4 presidents, 2 of them are Christians, 2 are Muslims. The 2 that are Christians ruled this country. They served as president for 14 years. One spent 8 years as president, the second spent 6 years as president. And then the 2 Muslims spent 10 years thereabout, or a little over 10 years in office.